Sport is central to the Australian story and to the Australian way of life. Every weekend, inner west parks and ovals are filled with kids playing soccer, rugby league, touch footy, AFL, netball, hockey or cricket. The benefits of sport for kids is very clear. Improved fitness and mental health, a better understanding of teamwork, making stronger connections with others, and the opportunity to simply be outside and use our wonderful local public spaces. I love sport, and I love what sport means for our community. But as a parent and as a legislator, I am alarmed by the encroachment of alcohol advertising in sport. To put it simply, alcohol advertising in sport puts kids at risk, and I believe we need to draw the line. Speaker, the Foundation for Alcohol Research and Education has released a report into the prevalence of alcohol advertising in sport that should serve as a wake-up call. It reveals kids watching the AFL Grand Final were exposed to 0.7 instances of alcohol advertising per minute, a total of 118 occurrences during the course of the game, all of which was broadcast during children's viewing hours. Kids watching the NRL Grand Final were exposed to 3.3 instances of alcohol advertising per minute, a total of 365 occurrences over the course of the game. The AFL, NRL, Rugby Union, Cricket and the Australian Open all are sponsored by alcohol companies who relish the opportunity to festoon their brands across our TV sets, on the stands, on the grounds and even on the players themselves. This last aspect is perhaps what disturbs me the most, because our kids love our sporting heroes. They look up to them, they idolise them, and of course they ask their folks to buy them the merch. They ask them to buy them the jerseys and everything else that is plastered with the logos of the alcohol companies. When you team that with the often media coverage of irresponsible behaviour, and there are some bad boys on the front page of the newspaper again this week, it is no wonder that parents and sports lovers are raising the alarm about alcohol advertising in sport. Speaker, while the responsibility for broadcasting content lays mostly with the federal government, there is a role for state government here too, along with the community. Currently, regulation of alcohol advertising is ramshackle and largely self-regulated by the bodies such as the Australian Beverages Advertising Code and the Australian Communications and Media Authority, amongst others depending on the broadcast medium. Layered on top of that is a regulatory mess. It's the fact that sports broadcasters are exempt from the few restrictions on alcohol advertising that exist, and sponsors of sports teams or athletes are not even considered to be advertising in the first place. The End Alcohol Advertising in Sport campaign makes a number of sensible, achievable goals. They are, number one, phasing out alcohol sponsorship from sporting and cultural events, just like we did with tobacco. Number two, the federal government must end the alcohol advertising exemption on free-to-air commercial TV and standardise and legislate advertising regulations for all media platforms. And three, the campaign recommends an alcohol sponsorship replacement fund to help transition all of our sporting codes away from alcohol advertising. It's a very sensible plan. I say that the New South Wales government can lead the way. The government should show leadership, and it should demand that alcohol advertising be banned in the stadiums that are built, maintained and operated with public money. The Premier is set to spend $2 billion on sporting stadiums that I believe New South Wales doesn't need. Well, if they want to show a real dedication to sport and health, they should commit today. Commit today to banning alcohol advertising from those stadiums, particularly the ever-present electronic rolling fence advertising. That's what we see on our TVs constantly, and stop our stadiums being sponsored by these alcohol companies. Speaker, I think this issue goes much broader. There are many more concerns out there from the people of New South Wales, and I think that there is a broader concern that people are sick and tired of seeing the things that we love manipulated and co-opted by corporations and vested interests. The community is rightly fed up with our public services, assets and public spaces, and yes, even our hobbies and our national pastimes, be it the weekend sport, for example, having a price tag. It seems that everywhere we turn, our precious public spaces are being sold off to the highest bidder. Our suburbs are being pumped with development, with none of the community infrastructure or open recreational space that we need to support it. Our environment and our precious heritage is being trashed to the benefit of developers and the big end of town. And I think people are sick and tired of this government that knows the price of everything and the value of nothing. I believe that there is a better way, and we can do better, and we must do better for our community, and most of all, for the future generations of New South Wales.